Hello everybody and welcome back to An Idiot's Road to Glory, where you join me finding out and sorting out my club with these marquee matchups, actually doing something intelligent in FIFA. It is no longer An Idiot's Road to Glory, it's a little bit of An Idiot's Road to Glory. We're getting there, we are learning. So, Hamburg doesn't seem to be going to work at all. In fact, I'm questioning whether I am still an idiot and I'm checking the wrong team. I'm pretty sure it's Bayern Hamburg that is the marquee matchup. It is. Okay, so Bayern doesn't work. So I have gone through my club and I have checked for any of the players from any of these clubs. Hellas Verona, Chievo Verona, POAK, AEK Athens, Nottingham Forest, Derby, Bayern, and you've just seen me finish off checking Hamburg. And I've sold the ones that I have just because they are very, very inflated in price. So you can see I've got 64k, and I'm going to show you where all of that come from. Obviously, we sold Firmino, De Vrij, Silva, Mane. They were just in my team. These two random... Oh, no, this one, he's from Hellas Verona. This dude was just in my trade pile for some reason. So we sold him for 1900. He, for some reason, is worth 1400, presumably because of the MLS SBC. We got these guys selling for 1,000 that were just knocking around my club. Couple of thousand for Bayern players. And then Derby County is mental. I sniped a Tom Huddleston for like 600 coins and sold him for 5.5k. It basically, because I found this guy in my club, he is literally called Guy, quite literally this guy in my club. I had him already and he's worth 5.5 grand, and I was like, oh my god, let me see if I can get another one of them. And I think the first Huddleston I seen, I got, and I sold him for 5.5 grand. And then I tried for quite a bit longer and just couldn't seem to get another one. So, in fact, we might have a little go of it now. This episode is going to be about making some coins and stuff like that. So, let's see what we can do. We might play a game at the end as well. But the Championship, Derby County, these cards are worth in excess of 5.5, in excess of 6,000 coins now. Oh my god. 6,600 is the cheapest Derby player. So I sold them two last night and they've gone up in price even more. This is absolutely mental. So if you've got any in your club, make sure you go and sell them because they are incredibly inflated in value. And let me see if I can actually snipe another one and get some more coins, because people have been suggesting lots of different stuff for this team, and people have also been criticising my FIFA knowledge with regards to SPCs and trade and stuff. And in fact, I'm going to make this guy comment of the day. Let me find out who it was. Upsitter321 was moaning at me for trading Bernat for the last marquee matchup, and he said, I wonder why you call it an idiot trade to go. Apparently Bernat's worth like 5,000 coins. I had absolutely no idea. I don't even know why he would be worth that many coins, but he is. So yeah, being a bit of a numpty, but we are now using that knowledge to try and make some coins from the horrendously overpriced players that numpties like me don't know cost that much, and hopefully list them on the market for me to buy and then sell on to people trying to do the SBC. So that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to do a little bit of investing as well, which you'll come on to in a minute once I see if I can actually snipe one of these Derby County players, because other comments were about how to fix the defence and get a better goal and stuff, and one of them was to get a icon centre-back, which I think would be absolutely sick, but they cost like 500,000 coins for a Rijkaard, I think was the suggested one. So shout out to whoever was popping that down in the comments. I do read all of your guys' comments. It's 90% of them anyway. Like, you do start scrolling down and it's just random gibberish, but all of the good ones and actually good suggestions and stuff, I might respond to all of them. So like, there's one here suggesting I get second in form Wilson instead of Arnautovic. If it wasn't for the fact that I was talking about... Oh, I think I've just been market banned. I thought I was about to get a snipe. If it wasn't for the fact that I was talking about comments, I probably wouldn't have responded to that comment in a video, but I do take it on board, and the reason I just wouldn't have responded to it is that I really enjoy this Arnautovic. Potentially might get Wilson in future, but there's other ways that I'd like to improve my team instead, and I rate Arnautovic. He's really, really good. He did say as well to get 84 upgraded Sané as well, and then he also said to get Matic for Herrera, but I think I prefer Herrera just because he's agile and got a bit of pace about him, but upgrading Sané is probably a very good shout for the team for now, just to make it a little bit better. It doesn't look like we're going to see a Derby County player, does it? And there's probably everyone in N9 is on this snipe. It is only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so likelihood of there being millions of people on it, you would assume is slim, but I suppose I'm just thinking because of England, Britain. Wait, there's one. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay, we missed it because we accidentally pressed B. That was a Davies for 3,700. We could have sold him on for like 2,000 coins of profit. Oh, what a horrendously unfortunate time to press LB or B or whatever I pressed. We missed them by like a second or two. But yeah, sniping is a very good way to make coins if you've got ridiculously nimble and fast fingers and you've got the patience to sit here and do it. Like, I threw the True Geordie podcast on in the background. I was just having a listen to that for half an hour, but I didn't win a single one, to be honest with you. It's a very, very competitive thing with regards to Derby County. However, there is one other thing actually that I wanted to check, and I'll show you guys. If you've got any players from the J League in your club, then you can potentially make quite a bit of money off them as well. So this dude here, this 72 rated one, is worth about 1,000. You can probably sell them on for like 1,000 coins. So I'm going to list them up for 950 and just see if he sells. But this is with people doing that Cristiano. But there is certain clubs, I think that guy might be one of them, where certain players and positions are so expensive, it is ridiculous. So another tactic that I might have to research into and look into is trying to buy J League players for like 200 coins and then get them sold on for like under 1,000. And obviously it's not huge amounts of profit in one go. But I'm gonna, well, I mean, there's like 50,000 of you guys who watch this. So I assume there's now gonna be like quite a few thousand other people onto it. But these ones can't possibly be worth anything, otherwise they wouldn't be expiring for 200. But if you do it the other way around and put the max price here of like 600 coins, there might be some knocking about and getting through some rare silvers and stuff like that that are actually worth a few coins. So that could be something to look into, but I'd have to like properly get to know the teams and the different players from the teams and which ones are actually worth the coins and stuff. But it could be a potential tactic for making a fair bit. Oh, I've done the wrong thing. I wanted to compare his price. Nah, see, he's only worth like 600 coins, but it could have been worth a couple of thousand. You never know. SBCs are mental. Anyway, speaking of SBCs, the topic of today's video is going to be basically confirmed player of the month, Salah. Now, I have already got one investment for this card, which is this one to watch. 568,000 coins he cost me. And if I jump on to, in fact, we can just, there won't be many of them here, will we? You can just see how much he costs. Almost clicked the wrong button. Compare price. He is currently going 577. There's quite a few of them actually. I suppose they've been in packs quite a lot and they brought the SBC back out. There's one for 570. And there's one for 566. Is that 550 as well? Oh, someone's properly undercutting. Okay, so he's actually, depending on what time of day you buy and sell him, you can get him for around 550 to 575,000 coins, as you can see for me there. But when Salah presumably wins Player of the Month and you need to trade in a special Salah to get him, this guy should be worth about 800, maybe a million coins, something like that. 800,000, maybe a million coins. But the other thing that I'm going to try and make some money on is investing in players that you potentially need to complete the SBC. Now, before you guys all go mental and say, how do I know that it is actually Salah who has won the Player of the Month? I don't. But I'm going to say it's basically nailed on. He's already won the PFA Player of the Month, which obviously isn't the EA one, that's a separate vote, but I'm going to assume most people voted for Salah because who doesn't want another special Salah? He got 37% of the PFA ones, which is like, that's like professionals and people who actually know what they're talking about with football. Not that we don't, but people like properly in the industry still think Salah was the best player that month. Whereas the only competition for the EA one is Dembele. Now, you would assume if the pros think that Salah played better than Dembele, everyone else will as well. So that kind of makes sense. So the only logic behind Dembele winning instead of Salah is going to be people voting for Dembele just to get a special Dembele card, which I don't think is going to be a massive thing. So I feel like Salah is basically nailed on to win it, especially as well because EA have already gone and put a Player of the Month Salah in FIFA Mobile. As you can see from this screen grab of FIFA Mobile, there is a 92 rated Player of the Month Salah for 5 goals and 2 assists in 4 matches and a higher than 8.4 average rating. So I assume they're using some who scored or something like that for that. But I think this came out the same day as the PFA one. So I think EA FIFA Mobile go for the PFA one, whereas actual FIFA 18 has the special sponsored massive corporate partner with the Premier League thing where we get to vote on it and then someone goes and gives them a trophy and actually stuff like that. So a little bit of a different thing, but all all directions point towards Salah basically being player of the month, and he's already confirmed as player of the month in the other FIFA game. So I mean, come on, it's basically going to be him, isn't it? Let's be realistic. So then the question becomes, how do you make some coins from Salah? So if you've got some coins knocking around, hopefully this is going to help you guys. Obviously I mightn't be right, but hopefully I'm going to be, and I have put quite a bit of research into this, looking at old SBCs and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you guys basically what I think you're going to need, or it's hopefully going to be no risk as well, is why it's good, because you're going to buy players for what they're actually worth, and then if they don't go up and get it ridiculously inflated, just sell them again. It doesn't really matter. So that is what we are going to do. So the main thing that I have drawn on from this is when Harry Kane got his second player of the month, because obviously this is Salah's second player of the month. What did EA do? So the first of the 2 SBC things that you had to complete to get the Kane was a Harry Kane, where all you had to do was exchange a special Harry Kane. Now the reason for that is to stop people who did the first player of the month Harry Kane getting screwed over by the fact that there's now another one to do, and they have 2 untradables of the same card. One of them's pointless and you literally can't sell it because it's lower. It's lower rated, so it's pointless, and you can't sell it because it's untradable. Bit ridiculous. So what they did instead is you had to put in a special Harry Kane to get the new one. So they could use their old one, which was now irrelevant, to get the next one, and didn't actually cost very much to get it. All you had to do apart from that was trade in a squad of clubs. This was from December, so it was called December Goals. It was exchange a squad featuring clubs Kane scored against in December. So that was about it. It costs to do now like 10,000 coins. I think back in the day it would have cost like 50 or 60, something like that. How hard was the actual thing? You needed 2 Stoke players, 3 Burnley players, and 3 Southampton players. So yeah, they would have all cost like 5 or 10,000 coins, and you need 8 of them. So yeah, it would have cost you about 50 to 100k to do the squad, but realistically that's not too bad. And the thing is, these players now, like, we've got Shaqiri in there who's 1,300, you got Tom Heaton who's 750, but he would have been like 5, 6, 7, 8,000 coins and stuff like that. So there's big money to be made if you can actually predict what they're going to be. So I then went back and looked at the Sané SBC for the other player of the month one, where he had to trade in some German players and some Schalke players, because Schalke was Sané's old club. And then I got thinking maybe that could be the route you could go down with Salah as well. There's not too many things that you can do for it. Like, there isn't a huge amount of variation for things you can do. You can do like X clubs, current club, players they scored against, teams they scored against, sorry, and maybe their country. So there's like 3 or 4 things that you can realistically do. So the teams that Salah scored against in February, which is what this is for, were West Ham, Porto, but that was in the Champions League, so it probably doesn't count. Well, it definitely doesn't count because it's a Premier League Player of the Month. Southampton and Spurs. So West Ham, Southampton, Spurs are going to be players from them club that you can get for discard value are going to be very good, and hopefully will go up in price. So the cheapest player at Spurs is definitely not 2,000 coins. It is. Oh, there's tons of them. Like, it goes down to like picking up Davis's for less than, and Sissoko for 750 coins. Even if you stick this on gold, you can still pick up Harry Winks for 500 coins, Sissoko for 700 coins, stuff like that. So these players are going to be, like, if I buy one Sissoko here for 700 coins, if I get another Sissoko here for 700 coins, it's going to be so easy to sell Sissoko back on full 700 coins. Like, you list him up once, he's gone. And you might have lost 5%, but what's 5%? It's like 35 coins or something like that. And then Davies and Winks and stuff. Let me pop all of these, actually, on my trade pile, and I'll keep hold of them. And then you've got even cheaper gold players. Like Davies. Like Vaughan, that you can pick up for 550 coins. These are always going to sell back on for 550 coins, but if you have to trade in some Spurs players to get the Salah, they're going to be worth a fortune. They're going to be worth like 5,000. I've spent 500, what have I spent here? 1,500 coins, and I'm going to get 15,000 back maybe, which is just ridiculous if they go up to 5k. So let's pop them all on my trade pile. I've got 60,000 coins to do this with as well. So there's basically no risk to potential massive reward. It's not like I'm going and buying millions of special Salahs, and if they go down in price, I'm screwed and I've lost loads of coins. You can't get a Sissoko for less than 700. The discards for like 640. It's the same thing. So what was the other one? West Ham and Southampton. So let's pick up who's the cheapest West Ham player. Collins, Obiang, these probably go even cheaper again, actually. James Collins is about 500 coins, but likely he's not going to be a big seller, is he, with his 31 pace? So I'm going to pick up Obiang's for 550. And this also gives me the option to potentially do the Salah as well. I probably won't. If his Wanted to Watch goes up to like 800k, I'll probably just sell it on. But there's a few Obiangs bought. So let's pop them all on my transfer list as well. And then we've just got from the Prem, Southampton and Chelsea because of ex-club and Liverpool. And Liverpool's a good one as well for potential marquee matchups. There's the possibility that when the new marquee matchups comes out, that Liverpool is going to be in them, and then the Liverpool players will go up in price. They probably won't go up that much because the market's quite saturated with them. But like Bayern, they'll go up to like 2,000 coins or something like that, and then you just sell it on Clavans for 4 times the amount that you bought them for, which isn't too bad. But hopefully he'll go up for, well, he might be a part of the Salah one as well. So we've got ourselves a Clavan there, which is nice for Liverpool. We then need to get some Southampton players, and then we'll move on to picking up players from his ex-clubs. Let me know as well down in the comment section which ones, if you guys are trading geniuses, which players are good for, not which players are good, which clubs do you reckon are going to be in the marquee matchups next week? Because we've seen how ridiculous their prices can get. So if you can predict them, you can make an absolute bomb. So I'll do a bit of investigating for it, check around with some people who know a lot more than I do about it, and then hopefully I can bring you guys some good tips and we can all make a fortune together. So that's the plan. I'm going to actually work at making tons of coins in this Road to Glory now because I've needed to for a while. So we're getting some, let's get a couple more Southampton players. Again, like the 500 coins, even if I sold them for 450, I'm really not going to lose too many, am I? There's a Lamina. Someone's already bid 400 coins on him, and I've just bought him for 500. We'll take another Højbjerg for 500. So far, what I've invested like 12,000 coins, and if it goes down the route of Premier League scorers, we might be able to turn this into, what, 60,000, 100,000 if we're lucky or something like that. So it's pretty mental, and it would help along our road to getting an icon or a, I don't even know what else you could upgrade the team with, just buying an upgraded Sané or something like that. So that's all of the teams they scored against in the Prem. Now if we move on to their X teams, we've of course got Chelsea. I feel like EA are going to be sneaky and go down this route with this one. Just because it's such a meme, isn't it? Chelsea reject is such a huge Salah meme sort of thing that everyone goes on about. So I feel like you are going to have to put some Chelsea players in there, so why not snap all them ones up for 500 coins, plonk them all on my transfer list. My transfer list is getting pretty full. We're almost halfway through filling it up, and we've barely really spent anything, to be honest with you. So let's see what other Chelsea players you can get. I'm going for golds as well, because there is more profit to be made in picking up 200 coin bronze players that are then worth 5,000 coins, but I mean it's like an extra 300 coins of profit, and it's going to be a lot more difficult to sell them on afterwards. So I'm going to stick to the golds, who I'll be able to sell on for 450 coins, basically guaranteed, and fill up my trade pile this way. So that is Chelsea. So the way we're going to do it, well, the way you can do it or look at it is a little bit differently. So he's obviously played for Fiorentina, but he wasn't actually at that club. Well, he was at that club, he played for, but he wasn't owned by Fiorentina, he was on loan from Chelsea. Same goes for Roma before Roma bought him. So his clubs are Liverpool, Roma, Chelsea, Basel, and El Mok'Oloon, which is clearly an Egyptian club who aren't in FIFA, and I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce. So we've got some Chelsea players, we should probably pick up some Basel players, and we should definitely pick up some Roma players. So let's hop over to the Serie A, go to Roma and see who we can be picking up from here. So maybe people have already got on it because these are already costing a little bit more. Probably because they're half decent as well, to be fair, but it seems like people are kind of already onto this one. I mean, a Perotti for 750 coins is absolutely fine, isn't it? He's a rare, he discards for like 650. A Defrel for 750, go on, we'll take you. Pick up some of the rare ones because it's easier to sell on afterwards. Another Defrel for 750, another Perotti for 750. Even if I quick sold these, I'm losing 100 coins. So obviously there is the potential to lose money, but they've got to do it some way. One of these ways has got to be right, and they're going to retain such a massive profit compared to what I've spent on them that Same, like if I just went and sold all these, I might lose 5,000 coins, but I'm going to make 5,000 coins from one card. That is the logic anyway. Let me know if I'm being so stupid. But that was Roma. So let's do Basel. So the cheapest Basel players are 400 coins. So again, basically no risk at all to buying loads of these guys. Like you're risking 5% to make like 500%. So I think it's a pretty good thing to go down. Pick up a Ricky Van Wolfswinkel, Stocker. I've Frey. This guy's actually alright, to be fair. I swear he's had like loads of informs and stuff on previous FIFAs, but get them all bought. I signed them all. I don't know why I haven't been doing this in the other ones. I've been pressing Y on every single one. Pop them all on my transfer list, and then for Salah, the only team left to get is... No, we've got some Liverpool players. Is Fiorentina, if they go that route. They could try and spice it up and be like Salah's loans and use like Roma and Fiorentina just to throw people off a little bit. So with the fact that they probably cost like 500 coins, 450 coins, I'm just going to pick some of them up anyway as well. So it is now Wednesday. We will find out on Friday whether this is all paid off. Even if it hasn't, we haven't really wasted too many coins. And it is rewards tonight as well, so there's potential to do some more sniping. And no, it's not. It's rewards tomorrow night, so it's potential to do some more sniping on Derby players and pick up some cheap Roma players and Liverpool players and stuff like that. And in fact, we may as well, while we're here, because they did Countryman for Sané, let's go and have a look at some Egyptians. Oh, that's Ecuadorians. I mean, you could have to trade in a special Egyptian card. That could be an interesting one, because then this guy would be worth a fortune. Let me see if he's discard value. Interesting. So maybe people have kind of clocked onto this one. This guy's worth 23,000 coins. That one was going quite cheap, actually, wasn't it? It's only got a bid of 9,000 on. I'll throw down a bid of 11 and see what comes of that. You guys will have to see at the end of... You have to see in next episode whether we get that. But non-special Egyptians, just gold ones. Is there many others other than Salah? Yeah, okay, so there's a few of them. So let's pick some of these guys up just in case as well. Again, you can get them by now for 400 coins. So there's basically no risk whatsoever to buying yourself 400 coins worth, or rather a page worth of 400 coin players that are gold. So there we go. We picked them all up. The seller is basically confirmed. So this is hopefully, I mean, if it goes for the, what have we got? What would be the most profitable for me, actually? Let's have a little quick look. My transfer list is basically full. We can get rid of them to free up a little bit more room. We've got quite a few for scored against and X-Club. I think scored against is probably a good one with regards to like Spurs players flying up in price, but X-Club could work as well. And we've even picked up quite a few Egyptians too, so that's not too shabby at all. So fingers crossed, come Friday, that 20,000 coins is going to be 120,000 coins instead. That is the plan. Let me know about marquee matchups investments that you guys think could work as well, and we'll start going down that route as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope these tips work for you, and I bloody hope they work for me as well, and I'm not just an idiot. And hopefully the title of this series is wrong for once. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.